Hi, in this video we are going to talk about the concrete applications of the strongly connected components, so let's get started. So one of the applications is related to ecology. For example, we would like to determine the hierarchy of food needs. And basically at university, several former professors had this field of research. So basically in ecology, it can prove to be very important, the strongly connected components related algorithms. As far as I am concerned, I'm working as a software engineer, and in software engineering, these strongly connected components can be used because if we have a huge software and want to create packages to each connected classes, then we can classify according to strongly connected components. Now, for example, in astrophysics, we have an image of faint stars and want to detect each of them, then it is a good way of finding the clusters to use the strongly connected component algorithm. And of course, recommender systems such as the YouTube videos or, for example, Facebook friends or LinkedIn connections. So we can recommend another item from the given strongly connected cluster. So for example, I'm not sure whether you are familiar with professional software engineering, but usually we use some project management tool or framework such as the Maven or the Gradle, and we are able to separate the model, the service, the UI, the utils in distinct Maven modules, for example. In this case, I'm using Maven. And basically, it is not that straightforward to define the packages. In the service, for example, we have two packages, and we have the Odd Student Form service, we have the mainframe service, and we can have several services. In a huge software, you will have, for example, 200 interfaces. I've been working on a project when we had 1,000 interfaces as far as the services were concerned. And in this case, it is not that straightforward that what kind of packages you should use or where to put the given classes. For example, in the model, we have the students class, and maybe it is more connected to the service than the model itself. So maybe it is more connected to the query than the model itself. So maybe this is not the right place. And basically that's why strongly connected components can prove to be very important, because we can decide that what classes are going to be in the same connected component, and maybe it would be a good programming practice to package these strongly connected components, so the classes that belongs to the same strongly connected component, to the same package. I've been working as a smartphone developer, and when the code gets very dirty, then the architect suggested to do something like this, that to classify the classes that connects to each other in the same package. And basically, approximately it solved the problem. So maybe in software engineering, the strongly connected components can help. Then what about recommendation systems? I've been talking about that, for example, YouTube or Facebook friends or LinkedIn connection uses these strongly connected components very often. And basically when we watch a video, so this what is machine learning video is being watched, on the right there are several videos with the related topics. As you can see, machine learning is not the future. Machine learning, Google Vision, Introduction to Data Analysis using Machine Learning. So these videos are not going to be selected by random, because it has something to do with the video that is being watched. And basically this problem can be solved with the help of strongly connected components. And there was a time when YouTube used strongly connected components. Maybe the structure has changed in the sense that we are able to store, for example, in the database a given column with the type name. And for example, the type of this video, for example, the type is machine learning, is the same as the videos on the right. And we just have to show the videos with the same type. So basically, the same problem can be solved several ways. We can solve this problem with the help of strongly connected components and with the help of, for example, a simple database column. But what's important that we can use strongly connected components in order to recommend further videos for the user. Or for example, when we are dealing with Facebook, a strongly connected component is going to consist of friends or people that has to do something with each other in the sense that they are connected. For example, they are friends or family members and so on. And with the help of strongly connected components, we are able to recommend someone else in this strongly connected component because there's a high probability that the given user know that given person. For example, I had several situations when Facebook recommended me one of my family members or one of my friends and so on. So basically these recommender systems can rely heavily on strongly connected components because this is exactly what strongly connection means, that we can get from any vertex to every other vertex. So for example, in a social network, it means that people that know each other very, very well, they are going to be approximately in the same strongly connected components. So there's a high probability that the people in the same strongly connected components want to be in connection with each other. So they want to be friends on Facebook, for example. Or linked list is the other example. The connections are based on strongly connected components. So I had several times when, for example, because I'm qualified as a physicist, that LinkedIn recommended other physicists who are working as a software engineers too. So basically it detects that what's about my interests, what's about my education, what's about my actual connections, and basically according to this feature it's going to recommend some other connections. Of course, the same problem can be solved with the help of machine learning. Okay, if we are talking about machine learning, then let's have some words on machine learning. So basically, machine learning can solve the same problem. It's going to study the topology of these kinds of networks and it's going to be able to recommend other connections or Facebook friends or YouTube videos. And most of the times, it's quite working well. So that's all about the applications of strongly connected components. Thanks for watching.